Hi everyone, this is Sean, and I just wanted to say very quickly before I get into the meat of the video that I am the runner of this YouTube channel, Bracken Politics, and I'm also the runner of Bracken Politics on Facebook. And I just will say that I will post a link in the description for those who come across this channel on Facebook and want to join that page. Also, I will post a link to my Facebook profile on the description as well in case you wanted to add me. Now with that in mind, we have a lot of work to do since we are getting into the meat of the video, and since this is going to take 2 videos to do, and basically it is about the Democrats. Now I wanted to say that I was a Democrat. I am now an independent, okay? I have changed parties, and I will get to why in a minute, but basically, in case anyone wants to challenge me on that, I am welcome to face that challenge head on, because I do have the proof. I will show you it if I need to do that, but I hope not to. But anyway, I'm no longer a Democrat, but I am still a liberal. I still believe in fighting for liberal causes. However, it seems like the Democrats do not want to, and that is basically at the heart of why I'm not a Democrat anymore. So basically, I wrote some notes on what I will be talking about, but basically it comes down to this, okay? The Democrats do not know how to fight. They are wusses, and they basically, because of that, got their butts kicked pretty much this entire month. Pretty much, it has been the worst month for Democrats probably since the Mondale days and the Dukakis days when we had Willie Horton to deal with, and how that destroyed the Democratic Party, especially on the presidential level. And you know what? The Democrats have a lot of work to do. There is no doubt about it. They have dug themselves a hole, and they are still digging today. The wussification of the Democrats is in full-fledged force right now, and it is taken over this party like you would never believe. There are so many problems. I mean, there are probably more problems than I will even get to tonight, because this party is such a mess. I mean, right now, if the election were to end today, I would say Republicans would control everything, okay? I would say Romney would win the presidency pretty easily. I would say Republicans would definitely keep control of the House and would definitely have control of the Senate, okay? I mean, I think it is that bad for Democrats right now. They are a mess, and if they don't pull their heads out of their you-know-what, it's only going to get worse as time goes on, because the super PACs, that we are going against in the first place, are going to make it tough. The super PACs that liberals and Democrats have to contend with are going to make it very tough. And if we don't realize that we are in for a fight, and that we need to be unified and holding each other hand by hand to get out of this ditch, we are in huge trouble. And we can go back to Walter Mondale and Michael Dukakis and Jimmy Carter and all the other failed Democratic candidates who got their butts kicked in presidential elections. I mean, it is that simple. We have work to do. So therefore, I'm making 2 videos. This video, it's going to be the problem. And I'm making the problem because it is time for people to see that there is a problem. Then I'm going to make my proposal to solve that problem. If I was a strategist or a consultant in the Democrat Party, my proposal to fix this would be the one I would present to them, okay, and would be the one I would implement if I was the boss. So hopefully someone comes across that and realizes that and sends this proposal along, but that will be tomorrow, so stay tuned. But as for today, I'm going to talk about the problem, because we do have a huge problem right now, and basically it comes down to the wussification of the party. It comes down to not being able to fight, not being able to message, and not being able to counter the super PAC money. These are all huge problems, and like I said, I have my notes right there. I wrote notes on how to do this, and therefore I'm going to talk about them. So I'm going to reference them. So if you see my head wander, I'm just using that as kind of like my reference sheet. Now, first up on our list is going to be Wisconsin. Now, Wisconsin was a terrible defeat for the Democrats, and it basically just further gut-wrenched the Democratic Party and pretty much took the wind right out of their sails. Now, basically what happened was this. We had a recall against Scott Walker and the lieutenant governor and 4 state senators for basically taking away collective bargaining for unions. Okay, to be quite frank, the Republicans won. Okay, the recall failed miserably. Okay, there was no doubt about it. The recall was destroyed on its merits, and Walker won big time. And basically, it came down to Citizens United. They outspent the opponent big time, 8-1. That's why he won. That's why he was able to frame the issue, partly. Also, the opponent sucked, okay? And part of the reason he sucked is because that's the best we could do as a party and as a movement. We had no better alternative because the A candidates were wusses. And this goes into the wussification of the Democratic Party. Russ Feingold, if he would have ran, he would have won, I think. Now, of course, he would have had to face the big money as well. But I think he would have won, or at least he would have made it a very, very close race. Russ Feingold is a huge champion. He is an independent mind. A lot of people respect him. He was one of the few straight shooter politicians out there, and he didn't run. He passed up the opportunity because he is a big fat wimp. Okay, so therefore his reputation's shot. So basically, that's what he's going to get for being a wimp. And you know what? I am glad. And if he decides to run for president in 2012, I will not vote for him because he's a wimp. Okay, he's just like Obama. He is just like the rest of them that are big, fat wimps. And we need to change that culture, because if we don't change that culture, we are in huge trouble as a movement and as a party. Okay? And Wisconsin was the epicenter of that. We were outspent 8-1. We ran a candidate who sucked. Okay? And guess what? We let Walker stomp us in messaging. And guess what? Walker was running ads in December to save his ass in this recall election. And guess what? There is no counter to it. Okay? So basically, he was able to just do whatever he wanted. He dominated the message. We had no ads countering him, and we just let him walk all over us like we were a bunch of wimps being bullied by a high school bully. We were grade school kids being bullied by a senior in high school. That's how terrible this was. And there was just no way around it. They stomped us into the ground in this election, and it depresses me because the message was simple, in my opinion. If we would have just came out there and reminded people about this recall, because here's the thing: 60% of people in the exit polls who were polled in the exit polls in Wisconsin said that this was not grounds for a recall. Okay, now what Walker did was not grounds for a recall. Now, in my opinion, how I would argue it is, a union is a right. It is your workplace right. Walker wanted to take away that right. So basically, he wanted the boss to be the dictator of you. Okay, that's what he wanted. He wanted the boss to get in between you and what you did in the workplace. He didn't want you to organize. He didn't want you to fight for better wages. He didn't want you to have your workplace right. The message was that simple. And the fact we didn't even present that, there wasn't a damn person in this election that presented that. In fact, we ran away from the unions after we basically were walked all over on, and then we had our last gasp effort about a John Doe investigation, which went nowhere. It looked desperate. It looked terrible. It looked pathetic, and it's because we didn't get out in front. We didn't explain to them that a union's a right, It's your workplace right, and he wanted to take away that right. I mean, how simple is that? That is how simple that message should be. Instead, we're talking in this Harvard terms, in this Yale terms, at Harvard Law School, which no one is going to understand. The average person in Wisconsin isn't going to understand some elitist liberal talk. I mean, what the hell has happened to us? I mean, it is depressing to me, and that's our problem, like I said. And I mean, we had no buzzwords with that, and we don't have buzzwords now. And I'm going to get into some of these buzzwords in the next video, because that's my proposal for solving this problem, is using more buzzwords. And I'll get into that more in a little bit, but in the next video. But I mean, this is depressing. And we have got to wake up. We can't talk to the voters like they're going to understand Harvard Law School talk. They don't, okay? These are regular people. I'm a regular person, and I could tell right through that these people that are going on MSNBC to talk about this stuff, they're not connecting with me, okay? These liberals on MSNBC, they are not connecting with me, and I am as liberal as they come. But these people, Barack Obama, Tom Barrett, all these other liberals that are basically the face of the party, they are not talking to me. I do not feel connected with them at all, and that is a problem. When people when you have people like me, a liberal who's going to vote for a lot of these people in November regardless, if I can't connect with them, how do you expect an independent or a swing voter to connect with them? And that is a problem. And that was, the epicenter was in Wisconsin, where we blew it. And like I said, it was the solution to the problem was as simple as saying that a union is a right, and we should have ads running about how a union was a right. Walker raised your taxes. He cut a bunch of teachers. He cut education by a lot. I mean, use buzzwords. The Republicans do that good. We need to do a lot of that too, and I will get more into that in the next video. But I can't connect with these people. These people are talking way over my head. They are just right over my head, and I can't understand what they're saying. And if I can't understand what they're saying, then the average voter is not going to understand what they're saying. And guess what? We need to be unified too, because we have a problem with this president too. The president has a huge problem too with this so-called surrogates, who I call wussificates. Okay, that's what I call them. They're wussificates. They are not surrogates. They are wussificates. They are wimps. They are weasels. They are weaklings. They are little ants that are easily squashed on because they are too scared of people. Because and basically some of these wussificates include Ed Rendell, Bill Clinton, Cory Booker. These people who love Wall Street more than the roots of the Democrats. Why do we have a Democratic Party? Because FDR transformed it into the party of workers, to the party of labor rights, and the party of those people. But now we've totally ran away from that. It's like we don't want to embrace these people. We don't want to embrace workers and workers' concerns and labor concerns. We don't want to embrace these people, and I don't understand it. I mean, it's terrible, and basically the wussificates, like Rendell, like Clinton, like Booker, they are exactly what's wrong with this Democratic Party today. They are exactly why we lose elections, folks. Okay? Bill Clinton and Al Gore is why Al Gore lost in 2000. We weren't excited. Liberals weren't excited to vote for Al Gore. I mean, who in the hell wanted to vote for that guy on the liberal side, okay? And who in the hell wanted to vote for, I mean, who liked Clinton among the progressive community? I mean, it's sad, and like I said, and then we don't have a plan either, okay? I mean, we proposed half-assed plans that don't do nothing, and I'm going to get into that more in the next video because I'm running out of time, and because I'm going to tie that to my solution. But we are proposing half-assed plans. We have surrogates who don't fight for us, and we're not embracing the competing money to compete with the Republicans. We are just a train wreck right now, and we have better start solving it, or we are in huge trouble. Anyway, thanks for listening, everyone. Video 2 coming out tomorrow.